Omnes. Haven't made one of these in a while, but it's just such a pleasant late October morning, and I decided to go out and go for a walk. And while I was going for a walk, I started thinking thoughts. That's what happens when you go for walks. You think thoughts. So that means that make sure that you take something to write on and you take stuff to read because you're gonna want to like have something to do with those thoughts. But for the moment, me going for a walk, even though I live out in the woods and, could theoretically go out on trails and stuff, generally speaking, me going for a walk means I'm out here on the road. And I was just thinking, that's like the thing the Romans were the best at, right? Because what do I have to think about that's not the Romans? Actually, I think about lots of things, and it's not all the Romans. But, at the moment, I am actually thinking about the Romans and just, how great they were at roads. And I actually think that if the Romans were around today, they would be super impressed, like maybe more than anything else with our roads, because the Romans were a people who loved infrastructure, and infrastructure really is super important. I'm always amazed at even like when you get into the late empire and like the emperor started going crazy, how the empire still for hundreds of years went on relatively successfully. I don't think things were necessarily going great, but even when like things were really going badly in leadership, the empire continued to be an empire. And how is that possible? Well, the Romans are good administrators, but more than that, they had good infrastructure, and a lot of that was roads. So much really like road on the roads in like the literal sense, but also in the figurative sense. When you have easy ways to travel, it really enables society almost more than anything else. And, it's not like roads didn't exist before the Romans, but they didn't exist in the same way. A lot of times when you're reading, like some like ancient Greek play or some other work of classical antiquity, whether it's from Europe or anywhere else around the world, there will be some words getting translated as road, but what that really means in a practical sense is a very well-worn path. That's what the roads were. They were paths that so many people used that they widened out and were regularized and were well known, but they were still paths. They weren't, generally speaking, highly constructed or maintained in any like way that we would think of with our roads today. And they might have had maintenance and stuff on them, but in the same way that like really nice state parks have maintained footpaths, and I'm not even convinced that they would have been that nice necessarily. But the Romans really added a lot of permanence to roads, and they did it everywhere. And so, there's really not like any magical secret to the fact that they were able to control as much of Europe as they could. A lot of that had to do because they could get places, because they had roads. I mean, right now I'm walking because like I said, I feel like being out for a walk. It's a nice day. And because I'm walking out on a road, I have a nice easy gradient to walk on, and in like a smooth 40 minutes, I will have gone 2 miles without any like incredible effort. And then I'm gonna sit down at my neighborhood coffee shop and, I don't know, drink coffee and read a book, right? Great way to spend a Sunday morning. But it's something that is really only possible because of these roads. If these roads weren't here, I would be tromping through the woods. Still a good time, but I would not get to the coffee shop in 40 minutes. I would get to the coffee shop in, I don't know, like 2 hours, because you can't walk in a straight line. You have to go down things and over things and around things, and still might be enjoyable. Hiking is fun, but wouldn't be efficient. I wouldn't have this like nice leisurely stroll. Although I will say, the downside to our roads is that they're not so much fun to walk on. At least not when you live out in the woods. I don't have any nice sidewalks here. That is the downside. Is because we have so much more developed roads, have this kind of traffic now, which I do think the Romans would also be pretty impressed by. Anyway, it's just me rambling on a Sunday morning in October. Hope you guys are feeling good. Hope you guys have your all your spooky things ready to go for the end of the month. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.